Multifamily Mindset
Podcast. Think bigger.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. If it is morning for you. If it's not, good afternoon, good night. Maybe it's the middle of the night. Maybe you're sleepless right now. Maybe you're in the thick of it. Maybe you're not. Maybe things are going great and you're getting great sleep and you've got some systems in place. Honestly, it doesn't matter where you're at. I'm just super happy that you're here on the podcast with me today. And today I'm going to mix things up just a little bit. I wanted to put a little creative spin on today's episode. And honestly, I just kind of felt like being fully transparent and extremely straightforward with you about some things that I wish I would have known before I started my entrepreneurship journey about 7 years ago. When I first started this process of wanting to grow my own business and be a business owner and dive into the world of business and exit my career of professional education working in the public school system, there was a lot that I was processing, and I ultimately did make that courageous decision to go, head first into things and get started. And I've changed and I've grown and I've learned a massive amount of lessons over the course of the last 7 years. And I've definitely made it a lot further in this game than what I maybe at times thought I would. Where I started is definitely not where I'm at, and it has been beautiful, and it has been hard, and it has been extremely difficult at times, and it's been some of the most amazing, glorious times of my entire lifetime thus far. I absolutely love entrepreneurship. I think it's one of the greatest teachers on the face of planet Earth. I'm a very purpose-driven person, and honestly, I couldn't have avoided making this leap of faith if I tried, just given my through line, given my life. And maybe you relate with that, and maybe you don't. Maybe you got into this game for different reasons, and that's okay. What my goal is today, or what my hope is that through sharing some of these real lessons that have had an extreme impact on my life, hopefully you're able to grab something and be able to learn from it and apply it in your own situation right now, and that it helps you. It helps you progress. It helps you to move forward better and cultivate greater success. That's my goal. So we're going to dive straight in, and I've got 3 that I want to dive into today. And number 1 is this. This is what I've learned, is that overthinking will kill your pace and momentum in what it is you're building and what it is you're doing. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten caught throughout the years in the procrastination trap. And this has happened by me getting stuck in overly planning and overly preparing for things. It really is the sneakiest form of distraction for me. And it has almost always happened because of fear, because of a fear that I might fail at this new step that I'm taking, that I might look stupid, that I might make a mistake and look stupid in front of other people. And on the flip side of this, some of the best and most progressive times in my journey thus far have come when I'm fully engaged in the process of doing and learning through action, which I equate to proactively failing on purpose. One of the things that really plagues so many people, and it has me, is worrying about all the things that need to happen, all the contingencies that could happen or might happen. And what happens is when we do this, the problem is that when we do this, instead of simply focusing on the next step forward, which is essential, the one right in front of you or me, in my case, what happens when we do this is our pace slows down and we kill momentum. So my invite with this is to speak more, share more, connect more, get out and network more, learn more, apply more in real time of what you're learning. Do it. And yes, keep planning and keep preparing every single day. But don't allow your preparation and your planning to become a form of procrastination. Entrepreneurship is hard. It involves a lot of failure. I have learned that it involves a lot more than what I even thought. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. And that is if you're doing it right. Number 2 on the list today is live and die by your values. Live and die by your values. I was naive when I first started out. I came from a very blue-collar family. I was the first to graduate with any type of degree from college, let alone a master's degree. And for the first 10 years of my professional career, I worked in public education. Very passionate, very purposeful, very much loving the work that I did. Family, community, service, putting God first in all I did. These were my core values, and these still remain my core values, even though the playing field for me professionally is a little bit different, or maybe just a little bit bigger or broader. These are still my core values. These are still the things that I strive to live by. They're my North Stars, in addition with a few other things. As I came into the business world, what happened is I quickly started to realize that not everybody shared those same values. And guess what? That's okay. That is totally okay. And not everyone's going to share your same values, and that's okay. But here's what I wanted to share about that is that it's really hard to create great things. It's really hard to work great with others when those values that are yours and those priorities that are yours are out of alignment with the other party involved. Trust. What I want to tell you is that trust, and this is what I would have told myself a number of years back. Trust that there are a massive amount of great businessmen and women, professionals out there who share the same beliefs that you do, that choose to operate from the place that you do. And here's the thing. The sooner you step into your own and share your truth fully and unapologetically, outwardly, through action and word, the sooner those individuals that are out there, and there again are a lot of them, the sooner they will find you. It's not productive to do business with just anyone, even though we get in desperate situations at times. We start feeling very desperate and we start coming from a place of scarcity. What I would say here is that in fact, it can be a huge detriment to your long-term success if you jeopardize your character and your values for quick money. There are many who are ambitious, but there are also many who lack temperance, many who lack purpose. Find your people and don't be afraid to say no at the expense of making some money. For me, money in the bank is something that drives me for sure as a businessman, as a person who is striving to provide for his family and provide, better opportunities to those around me. But the importance of that pales in comparison to the importance of how that money gets in there. Do not be afraid to die by your values, because the kicker is you won't. Where you will die is if you sway with the wind. What I mean here is don't be afraid to turn down offers and say no when things are out of alignment. That no will get you to the proper yes a lot faster. And know this, delays aren't always bad in business. I'll say that again. Delays are not always bad in business. Don't allow yourself to fall into a scarcity mentality. The world is full of great people who share great values, the same values. If you're not finding the success you know you're capable of right now, maybe you're just hanging with the wrong crowd. Okay, 1 and 2 covered. Let's move on to the third and last lesson today, and that is to trust your inner voice. Again, this is something I wish I would have spoke extremely loud to a younger Dallas Pruitt when he first started. And it's not that I've made major mistakes. In fact, this is actually something that I have learned that I've started to connect the dots a little bit with. There have been multiple times when sound offers that make complete sense have come across my table. I've been in a room, I've had a conversation, I've cultivated a relationship, good people doing good things. But for whatever reason, there was something inside of me when that offer was presented saying no. When everything and everyone else almost seemed to be saying yes, there was something inside of me that was saying no. Wait. Don't. Not yet. And on the flip side, there have been a number of times where things actually didn't stack up and things weren't perfectly clear, but for whatever reason, there was a voice inside of me saying, yes, that's it. Go for it. Do it. That voice was peaceful in both those situations. That voice was confident. That voice was quietly confident. It wasn't loud and aggressive. It was sure. And there might be some things I can't explain about this from a scientific standpoint or a psychological standpoint today, but I can tell you this. That voice has been one of the most influential factors in my life, both personally and professionally. Many people who know me, and if you know me even through just the podcast, you know that I'm a religious guy. You know that I'm a spiritual guy. You know that I have a belief system in a higher power. And I would never tell anybody how they should believe, but what I will tell you is that there is a higher power at work. And your gut knows, for whatever reason. I'm learning even more so these days as I make decisions that oftentimes your gut knows almost immediately. That's not the rule necessarily to live by in terms of giving out yeses and nos. It's just something that you should be very keenly aware of. There is an inner compass inside of all of us. And your brain is actually attached to this, right? We say your gut, but we're really talking the brain. Your purpose, you and who you are, it is very unique. You are one of a kind. And I believe that voice is constantly, this voice that I'm talking about is constantly striving to steer you in the right direction towards things that are meant for you and no one else. Intuition, you can go do your research on it. It is real. Your brain is literally scanning for patterns constantly. And when these types of moments happen in your career, in your life, in your journey, the types of things that I'm talking about that I just explained have happened to me, my history has shown me you should listen to your gut. Listen, and then the most important part right here, listen and trust. Listen and trust. All right, my friends, there you go. 3 massively important lessons that I've learned so far. I'm still pretty new. I'm on year 7 or 8, and it's been a beautifully amazing, hard, just unbelievably awesome journey. But there are massive amounts of lessons I'm learning every single day. And these are 3 of the most important. Again, overthinking will kill your pace and momentum. Number 2, live and die. Be willing to die by your values, and you won't. It's kind of trickery there. And then number 3, trust your inner voice. My friends, I'm grateful as always to be able to spend a little bit of time with you here on the podcast. And thanks as always for being here. And we'll see you guys back here next time.
Multifamily Mindset Podcast. Think bigger.